Hey guys, welcome back. The holidays are not complete without some holiday treats, and I'm going to be making two of my favorite kinds that always get me so festive this time of year. One is my Nana's wedding cake cookies and also my Nana's almond ROCA. In fact, this is the first week of holidays with kin and we're all sharing our holiday favorites. Mine just so happened to be toffee and cookies. So make sure you check out everybody else's videos in the description below. All right, you ready? Let's get this going. Almond ROCA is a toffee. It's so good. It's kind of like a hard candy and there's chocolate and chopped almonds on top. And if you are allergic to nuts, you can leave the nuts off. You don't have to worry, but it's so delicious and it melts in your mouth and it makes your house smell so amazing. Okay, what we're gonna do is you're gonna take a baking sheet and you're gonna line it with tin foil, put a little bit of baking spray on it. And then right here you have a pound of butter. I know that sounds crazy, but it is a pound of butter and it's delicious. Okay, our butter already started melting. So what you're gonna do is a pound of butter and then 2 cups of sugar. What you wanna do is constantly be stirring this. You have to keep an eye on it because you don't want the caramel mixture and the hard toffee to burn. Growing up, my Nana used to make it all the time just because, you know, boiling butter is probably not the safest thing for myself to be around when I was little. But when I got a little bit older, she used to let me make it with her and it was a lot of fun. I will never forget that. And it's been a few Christmases. There've been a few Christmases I've been out of town and haven't been able to make it with her, but I always remember doing it. But she still makes it every year, never fails. Just constantly be moving it until it gets to kind of like a craft caramel color. It's kind of like a dark golden brown. And one way to actually test that it's done, this is my Nana's trick, is you take a glass of ice water and you take a spoon and you take out a little piece of it and you put it in the ice water for a few seconds, and if you pull it out and it cracks, then it's done. If you have a candy thermometer on hand, you want to get it to the hard crack stage, which it'll say on here, which is about 300 degrees. And you just simply keep mixing it together because you never want it to sit on the bottom so that it's always moving so it doesn't burn. Okay, look at how golden brown this is. Oh, it smells so delicious. I love the smell of butter browning, and that's exactly what's happening here. Okay, so I think we have the right color. It smells like my Nana's. It looks like my Nana's. Okay, we're gonna take this off now. Okay, you're gonna take this and you're going to literally just pour it on to the foil. Woo. Be extremely careful. You leave it and let it do its thing to harden. Literally, just leave it alone. Now, another favorite thing that my Nana makes for Christmas are wedding cake cookies. And these are actually the recipe from my great grandma Gladys. It's been passed down, so it's fun to be able to do this too because I feel her with me as well. So what we have is this lovely plate of butter. Put that in here, softened butter, room temp, so it's easy to mix, and powdered sugar. And you're going to cream the butter and the powdered sugar together. Make sure it's all mixed. You're gonna take your flour and you're going to pour that in. And then you're gonna add in your nuts. Okay, so we used pecans in our recipe, but if you want, you can do walnuts or you can leave the nuts out completely, but it does give a really nice crunch, a lovely flavor. There we go. All right, look at that. I love recipes like this because it doesn't have the egg in it, so sometimes I just like to eat the batter. I forgot the salt. Can't forget the salt. What is wrong with me? And that's my Nana's favorite thing is salt. How would I forget the salt? Okay, sorry. Salt. What I have here, before I do this, is I have my actual cookbook that my Nana gave me with the recipe in it because I wanted her to be here. My Nana actually lived 2 minutes from me growing up my entire life. We always went over to her house after school, and holidays, she always did a big thing. It's always decorated. She decorates her trees exactly the same every single year. And so for me, I always look forward to that familiarity, you know, being able to go into her house and I see it and it just feels like home, you know? So I love my Nana. She's amazing. So I'm gonna get a baking sheet with some parchment paper so they don't stick. Take my rings off real quick. You're going to take a little scoop. You can use a spoon too if you'd like, but you're gonna take a little scoop, put them in your hands, kind of mold them into little balls, and you're going to put them on the parchment paper, and after you're done filling up the tray, you're going to put them in the fridge or the freezer, depending on how much time you have or how soft your cookies are. And then that will help keep your cookies nice and together so they don't kind of like flatten out in the oven. All right, let me get one more row here. This is fun. All right, I'll just save the rest of this batter to eat with a spoon. And then we're going to put them to chill. See the stuff in my hair? Happens all the time. Did I get it? That's all right. Batter taste. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So now that they've been chilled, we're gonna take them to your preheated 325-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes until the bottoms are golden brown, because it's a round cookie, so the tops might not be golden brown. I'm just gonna leave them in there to do their thing. Okay, so now the ROCA has cooled off a little bit, and what I've done is melted some milk chocolate chips. You can use dark chocolate if you like. You can substitute all different kinds of things, and we have almonds that we're gonna put on top. But first, what you do after this, you see how it's got this like nice sheen on top, which is great. You want it to look like that, but there's that excess butter that's kind of risen. So the chocolate sticks, you wanna pat it off. So you're just gonna take a paper towel and kind of just, with your hands, gently pat off, kind of like you would do a pizza when you want to get the excess oil off the pizza. We take off some of the excess butter so that the chocolate has a firm stick on top of the toffee. All right, and that was the part that my Nana always let me do. If I couldn't cook the toffee itself on the stove, I got to pat it and get the butter off and also spread the chocolate. So you just take your milk chocolate, we can just pour it, I guess. Because it's going all over, so. Take all the chocolate, put a nice glob of chocolate, that's always good. Spread the chocolate around. Try and get all the corners if you can. You wanna cover as much as you can. It may seem like there's not enough, but there is. And then you're just gonna take your almonds, you just chop them up however you want. They don't have to be pretty or anything like that. You can leave the almonds off if you have an allergy, or replace it with a different type of nut if you'd like. And you just sprinkle them on. Oh, well, some nuts down. I love this recipe because it's super easy. And that's basically what it's going to look like. And then you just kind of give it time to sit again, and then we're going to crack it. Well, that was my favorite part. Now we have to wait until the wedding cake cookies cool so we can toss them into the powdered sugar, and the powdered sugar will melt. And nobody wants that. I want to eat them. Okay, so now that they've cooled, now comes the fun part. So you have a bowl of powdered sugar because you want enough to coat all the cookies. And then basically you just take the cookie, boop, you toss them in, get it in there, roll them around, and they look like this. Ta-da! Super easy. My brother's gonna kill me for telling this. So we were baking cookies with my Nana, and my Nana was like, hey, Paige, you wanna help? And he said, yeah, sure, I'd love to. So she said, okay, you can put the cookies in the powdered sugar. And he did. And when we tasted them, we all were like, what just happened? When we looked up, there was a bowl of flour right next to the bowl of powdered sugar, and he tossed the cookies in flour instead of the powdered sugar. It was really funny. We razz him about it every single Christmas because she makes these every single Christmas, so we like to bring it up. I do love the idea that these treats are only made during the holidays. It gives me something to look forward to, and also that memory of knowing, oh, it's Christmas time when my Nana makes these cookies. Oh, I want to eat one. Oh, I can't wait. The cookies are pretty much always gone by the time the holidays are over. Now it is cooled. We're going to break it. Okay, so ROCA is Spanish for rock, which makes sense as this is a hard candy, so like a rock candy. It's gonna be uneven, so don't worry, it's fine, but you kind of want pieces that'll kind of fit into the palm of somebody's hand, and that makes it easy to store, it makes it easy to give as a gift, and it makes it easy to eat too, because you want pieces that people can actually pick up. Okay, so you're going to take this, and you're just gonna break it. It's okay if you get some small pieces. Oh, my Nana, I hope she's gonna be proud of me. She'll probably go, Jordan, now you should have waited until the chocolate was a little bit more solid. And you go, but Nana, I couldn't wait. I have to eat it. Oh my gosh, these cookies and this almond ROCA are so good. Please tell me in the comments any of your favorite holiday treats and let me know if you make these and what you think about them. Also be sure to check out the Holidays with Kin playlist in the description below and look at all of their amazing videos. Next week it's a holiday progressive party across Kin shows. You are not gonna wanna miss it. And please, as always, don't forget to subscribe. See you later. I'm gonna go eat all of this now. Okay, bye.